What's up, Yerba Mate family? Dave Mate back in the house. I just want to talk a little bit about something I've spoken about in the past, but I've been continuing to drink mate this way, and I just want to kind of reiterate it. So let's get going. We're going to be talking about blending erva with yerba. This is not something that's really spoken about, but it's something that I think is important, especially for people who are okay with drinking mate that's just not pure. I know we have a lot of purists, and that's okay. I used to be a purist when it comes to mate. A purist is someone that only drinks pure yerba mate. They don't blend it, they just drink it. So for instance, let's say for instance we have Yacuy Pure Leaf. A purist yerba mate drinker would just drink this. They wouldn't add anything to it. They wouldn't add sugar. They would just add this and water. And for many years, I would say the first 7 years or so of drinking mate, I've been drinking mate for 16 years now, but the first 7 years or so I was a purist. And then I started blending and getting into the flavor profiles. And those of you who've been following me on circleofdrink.com, you know that I just went really deep into the whole flavor profiles and blending, things like that, experimentation. So along that light, let's talk about blending. So here we have a pure leaf yerba mate. As many of you may know, pure leaf is exactly what it says. It's just the pure leaf yerba mate, clean yerba mate. It has no powder, it has no polvo or po, as they say in Portuguese, polvo in Spanish, and powder in English. And there's been a huge misconception since the beginning. And when I say the beginning, I mean, let's say for the past 20 years of yerba mate consumption in the United States and Europe, there was this whole false narrative that people shouldn't have powder in their yerba. But that's a joke. That makes no sense. The powder actually adds to the strength of the mate. It actually boosts the flavor profile. And for those of you who think there should be no powder in mate, you have to look a little deeper, because there's entire cultures where hundreds of millions of people are drinking pure powder like this. This is just pure powder. So you can't say there's no place for powder when you have entire brands and categories of mate where it's basically pure powder. So with that said, a pure leaf mate is just pure, and that's okay. I love mate sometimes that has no powder. It tastes great. It has a clean profile. You get to really taste the fruity aspects of the herb with the pure leaf. So I love pure leaf. Nothing wrong with it. But when you want to kind of boost up the pure leaf and you want to enhance the flavor profile of a pure leaf, here's a good idea. So you take any pure leaf. It could be Yacuy Pure Leaf. It could be one of our own, Circle of Drinks. It could be anybody's. Doesn't matter, just find your favorite pure leaf. And as you can see, here we have 2 to 3 millimeter pure leaf yerba mate. This is just pure leaf, 2 to 3 millimeter pure leaf yerba mate with hardly any palos, hardly any stems. These are the little stems, these little guys here. As you can see, maybe it's like 5% or less stems in this particular pure leaf, mostly just leaves. So Cultyvada dropped this abacaxi com hortela. That means pineapple with mint pineapple. And this is pretty new. They just released this several months ago, and I really like it, but sometimes I'm not in the mood of just drinking pure erva, because this is pure erva. This is basically what you would call a moída grossa, which means medium cut in Portuguese. So this is a moída grossa, more or less, cut of erva mate. Now erva basically means ground up powdery mate from Brazil. That's what we call erva in simple terms. So let's take a look at this erva. And I don't know if you can see down there, but you can see it's just pure powder. So what I like to do is, let me actually take some out for you. This is the erva. This is what you call erva mate, E-R-V-A. Erva mate, or in Portuguese they would say erva mate, or they would say chimarrão. Chimarrão. Those are various names for this particular herb. It's all yerba mate, but it has a different form. In this form, we call it erva. Anytime you see a powdery like this, we don't call it yerba, we call it erva. So since this has a beautiful flavor profile of pineapple and mint, I like to just take a small amount of this, even less sometimes, add it to this. So I just added it to the top of the Pure Leaf. Now, on top of that, I have my own little blend here. And this is just a blend of rooibos, spearmint, maybe lemon balm I put in there. Basically those 3 herbs, more or less. And I just take a pinch, just a pinch of this, just a tiny little pinch. Maybe a quarter teaspoon, just a little pinch. Add that to the top of that, just to give it more dimension. So we're stacking dimensions here with flavors. We have the beautiful Pure Leaf that has that green malt with the florals, beautiful florals. This is grown in a very nice region of Brazil in Paraná, a place called Cruz Machado. Here we have mate grown in Ilópolis in Rio Grande do Sul. And here we have my own little blend of different herbs, mostly from California and Seattle, Oregon, the West Coast of the United States. So now we're gonna blend this all together like this. And I really like this. This is like underestimated blend. A lot of people wouldn't even consider this. Blending Erva with Yerba and then topping it off with a little bit of mint and honeybush and rooibos, whatever you want to add on top. And then we have a little blend like this. It's super refreshing. It's delicious. I really like this. You could drink it hot or cold. When I say hot, don't exceed 100 and let's say 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Anything more than 170 Fahrenheit, you're getting into a different territory of turning it into like an espresso sort of mate. So add the bombisha. Add the hot water. This water may even be a little too hot, but that's okay. And always use the best water source you can. Right now I'm using glacial water that I sourced myself from a spring, a natural spring here in New York. Best water I've ever had. Let's go for a sip. Oh yeah, that's amazing. I love that. So everyone, today's video was just about taking chances, taking risks. Don't be scared to break the mold. Don't be scared to take some sort of mate like this that you like. If you like this, whatever, any Pure Leaf that you like. I'm just using Yacuy because I love Yacuy. Really good mate. And I really love this herb from Cultyvada. This amazing flavors. I think Cultyvada does some of the best work when it comes to blending herba. The main mistake most companies make when blending with herba, with other additional herbs like this and other fruits, is that they go too crazy. They go nuts. They go insane. They overly saturate the flavor profile to the point where all you're tasting is the fruit. All you're tasting is this additional herb. Cultyvada doesn't do that. They take an entirely different approach. They just give it a little patina, a little tinge, a little drop of these flavor profiles on top of the beautiful malty green herba. They don't overindulge. That's what I like about them. They're very quiet when it comes to the flavor profiles. So it's perfect. The marriage is perfect. When you put these two together, I'm spilling over here, and then you add a little bit of an additional herb. All right, folks, this is Dave Mate from Circle of Drink, just sharing some information. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Salud. Ciao, ciao. Peace.